Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm a little earlier today, half an hour earlier. I just felt like doing it, so because I had nothing to do. And yeah, I got my jeans and my blanket on here. So this is Aaron Entertainment A with our own entertainment, bringing you It's All About Wrestling episode 24. Now, you know me. My shows usually are on Mondays, but since I've been on a friend's show on Mondays and around the same time, I kind of moved to Tuesdays, and as if you watch the show, I don't usually review the Raw the night before, but I'm gonna I do sometimes make exceptions, and I'm gonna make another exception. As you can tell, my thumbnail, yes, I'm gonna upload the picture. This is my thumbnail, guys. She is back. All red everything, even though her hair is not exactly red. It's more pink-like. But she is back. Eva Marie is back in WWE. And wrestling Twitter was blowing up. Hey Josh. Yes, wrestling Twitter was blowing up, man. From Eva Marie's return to WWE. And easy. It was blowing up and not in a positive way. If you're a fan, but for WWE, guess what? She's trending. It makes them look good. Let's talk about Eva Marie, guys. Yeah, it's gonna be a good chat. Let's talk Eva Marie. What Eva Marie? Why she got hired in the first place? Not just hiring, not coming back to W, but back in 2013 when she was on Total Divas. You know why she got hired? Because she got hired for Total Divas. She was. I don't deny that. I do not deny this. She is very attractive. She's a very attractive woman. Any man, whether you hate her or like her, if you hate her, you cannot deny the fact that she's not attractive. Any man, whether you hate her, will say she's attractive. She's attractive. Very attractive woman. That's how her popularity grew in WWE. That she's attractive. Beautiful woman. Star of Total Divas. That's the main reason. And then, they did in the first few seasons. They didn't show her training to be a wrestler. And then they did because she was sent to NXT, learning to wrestle, and she got a little better, but she still wasn't good. I don't think she has the skill set to be a wrestler, a women's wrestler. She was a little slow in the ring. Yeah, she did her finishing move with the sliced bread, but she was slow doing that move. When you see her do the sliced bread as the finishing move, she was kind of slow doing it. Very slow. She did get somehow a bit of a push in NXT to a certain extent. She had even Nia Jax. She even had thank you, Josh. You'll get my I'm chiming in now what I think of her. She did get a little bit push, and then Nia Jax as her bodyguard. She had a title match against Bayley when she was against Bayley when Bayley was NXT champion. Of course, she lost. But then in 2016 when Bryan started again, she got drafted to SmackDown, and every time she was about to come to a match, she had some problem. She never showed up, or she, unfortunately, her top attire was was loose. Her straps were loose, so they had to cover her upper her chest, I'll say breasts. And then shortly after that, in 2017, I believe she got suspended for violating the drug policy in WWE. And then after that, she was pretty much let go from WWE. She's trying to make out a career in acting. She's been in some movies, not movies you probably never heard of. I never heard of them. And she's done a lot of fitness and modeling, gym videos on her Instagram and YouTube. But now, I guess, and now she's back at WWE with that vignette. Remember, there was talk about her coming back months ago, that she was coming back back to WWE back in September, I believe. And now 7 months later, it's finally true that she is back at WWE. With a vignette, her on the car, Evolution. It's kind of a joke. Remember Evolution? An Evolution? I remember that. But here's my take. She can't wrestle. Yeah, maybe sometime, but I'm doing it solo because I have things to do and I'm gonna be on somebody else's stream. So that's why I'm doing this solo today. Usually, sometimes I would invite people, but not today because I have things to do after and I don't want to take long. And Bryan Master Dunn is having a stream soon, so I might go watch his stream. So, yeah, that's why I'm not having people on. If I have people on, it's usually because I have nothing planned to do. But today I have stuff to do. And plus, I'll be on a different stream. I gotta understand. So it might take an even. She can't wrestle, but she generates heat. She's one of the few women in WWE that generates massive heat for doing stuff she's not very good at. And WWE, it's actually go away heat. Yeah, I agree. It's go away heat. Go away heat. Then you know what? Since in the Thunderdome, you're not gonna hear chants. You can't wrestle. You're not gonna hear that chant because when I watch wrestling, and if you watch wrestling with her wrestling, you hear the chant. You can't wrestle. You can't wrestle. So, yeah, and the WWE is women's division right now. Besides NXT, I think NXT is doing a great job with the women's division. But Raw and SmackDown, Raw more specifically, the Raw division's women's division has been booked terrible. Even on Raw last night, it was terrible. And then I'm like, on my tweet is like, one of my tweets is like, you're trying to improve the women's division, not make it worse. Yeah, she did. My tweet was like, you try to improve the women's division, not make it worse, and they did with this. Man, yeah, it's one vignette. She's still better wrestling, but she's generating heat. I know. Since her time off, she's been getting in good shape. She has a lot of fitness videos out there on her Instagram. She posts a lot of stuff. Good shape. Anybody can be in good shape. Doesn't mean you could wrestle. And I don't think she's been trained to wrestle. I'm not sure. Maybe she has been. Maybe she has been with the PC or something. But I don't know. But I know from the time she's been released, she hasn't been wrestling or training. I think a lot of people. I hate to speculate, but I don't think she cared about wrestling in the first place. I think she joined WWE, definitely told the Divas, and joined WWE just to get noticed. So when her time was up, when she got noticed, she left WWE and tried her hands out on movies and stuff. I guess that didn't go well. So he's back in WWE, trying to get noticed again. And here's the thing. Here's my take. Yeah, I agree. A lot of people don't want to see her. Here's my take. I don't want to see her wrestle. If she can manage someone. Even me, all she has to do is manage someone. Yeah, but it didn't work last night. She wanted a lot of people. If she manages someone, then I'm fine with. If she can manage someone, she doesn't. Here's the thing: don't let her get in the ring. Just don't let her get in the ring because you got like much better. I mean, Lana's a better wrestler than Eva Marie, and Lana's a much better wrestler than Eva Marie. Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose is much better than Eva Marie. Remember, Mandy Rose got the same. Mandy Rose, for example, had the same stigma about her that Eva Marie had. Remember, Mandy Rose, one of the most beautiful women in the roster at the time, and then she came up green, really green in the ring. She wasn't ready for the main roster, wrestling-wise. And remember, she had that stigma about being a beautiful woman. That's all she's known for. She would miss it. If the writing is fine, it could work. Even Mandy Rose, Mandy Rose is a lot like even me, but Mandy Rose has put in the work in, and she's got much better at wrestling. The difference between Mandy Rose and Eva Marie, Mandy Rose, I think, was more dedicated to wrestling. Actually fell in love with it, where Eva Marie used it as a catapult for a career in the entertainment industry. Now, I guess that has not gone her way, even though she's been in some movies with some high-profile actors, Nicolas Cage and Bruce Willis, but they were doing films because they have money issues, right? Those two had huge money problems, so they would do any film, especially Nicolas Cage. But I guess it didn't go her way. And she's back in WWE. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they did that. That too. They did exploit that on Total Divas. Yeah, Manny does care. You could clearly tell she does care. Manny is not using it as WWE as a future in like Hollywood and stuff. She's using it for modeling, but a lot of women wrestlers do modeling pics and stuff. But as long as as long as she doesn't wrestle, man. If she wrestles, oh my God, you can't. This division even got worse. I mean, look at Rhea Ripley. Goes up to Eva Marie and be like, "How are you doing back? You should even be in the ring with me." Charlotte Flair would be like, "Really? This is the best. This is who you got me to face?" Asuka, I don't know what Asuka would say because she speaks a little English, but she's mostly in Japanese. Shayna Baszler, exact same thing. Be like, come on, give me a challenge. And there was rumors back in 2016 before she left that she's gonna win the SmackDown Women's title, inaugural SmackDown Women's title. Those are rumors before Becky Lynch won it, but that never happened. Thank God. Guys, next few weeks. I know majority of people don't like her. I have no problem with her as a person. I don't want her in the ring. And stuff. I don't want. If she wins a title, you know what's gonna happen. But she's gonna be trending for weeks on end. She's gonna be the number one woman in WWE. Is gonna get the most talk about her in the coming weeks. Over and over, prove me wrong, because it's happened before. And they're gonna put the title on her. I guarantee you, they're gonna put a title. If Joss is right, they're gonna put a title on her because it could generate so much heat. And guess what? As I said like a minute ago, They're in the Thunderdome. They're not gonna pipe in the chants. You know, they do pipe in chants. Like, this is awesome. They're not gonna pipe in the chants. You can't wrestle. Because when you watch her wrestle in NXT, even on main roster, but their crowd was chanting, "You can't wrestle," and that's going away heat. That's X-Pac heat. That's not the kind of heat you want. But WWE, I don't think understands that. I don't think WWE understands what go away heat and actual heat is. So they're gonna, in their perspective, have Eva Marie with that chant being as heat, heel heat, not going away heat. Yeah, I don't like the Bellas either. JBL heat. The Bellas got popular when Total Divas. Total Divas got eyes from people that didn't watch wrestling onto the wrestling product. But the thing is, the Bellas were dominate. The Bellas were dominate in the era where the women's division was not very good. When Nikki Bella was a champion from 2014 to like September 2015, I was watching the women's NXT division more, where we had the 4 horsewomen: Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. And then even had Alexa Bliss, Carmella. I was watching the NXT women's division at the time when Nikki Bella was the champion for like a year. It was so much better. It was leaps and bounds better than the main roster women's division. Remember, at WrestleMania in 2015, AJ Lee's last match, it wasn't even a title match for a women's title. It was just Paige and AJ Lee versus the Bellas. I remember that year, that was the chant, give Divas a chance, was trending, the hashtag. And in summer of that year, yeah, thank you, Ryan. Yes, right. Especially now, the division is very stacked. In 2015, summer or July and August, they brought out Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Sasha Banks. To me, that changed the women's division for a short term, and then for a short while, and then became bad again. And look, the women's division's roster, on the main roster, the talent is good. The talent is good. It's just how they're using them. Look at Rhea Ripley, and you know what? And see Rhea Ripley here, right? Yeah, man. No, Josh, there's only 3 of them at the time. Bayley was still in NXT, remember? She was still in NXT. It was just Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte. Bayley was caught up in 2016, a year after. So 3 out of 4. But I get your point. And yeah, I'm wearing my AJ Styles shirt, guys. Phenomenal one. And yeah, look at Rhea Ripley on Raw. What have they done to this woman? I was a fan of Rhea Ripley in NXT. Remember how over she was when she got to NXT USA after a stint in Europe, in the UK? Challenged Shayna Baszler, beat her. She was more almost as popular as Becky Lynch, or maybe even more popular as Becky Lynch. And then when she got to WrestleMania, made a smiley babyface and all that, and then she lost her title, the Charlotte Flair, and then her career really floundered in NXT. She got some of it back, but now on the main roster, she's booked terrible. I don't know if she's a face or a heel. She's tough. Yesterday's promo was terrible with her. Yesterday, her promo when she interrupted Charlotte and Sonya Deville, that didn't sound natural. Her promo did not sound natural. She could work as a heel. It's just that they don't know how to book her as a heel. It's sad. And it's funny. You could book heels better than babyface. I agree. Right now, she's a better babyface. I mean, I don't know how to fix Rhea Ripley on the main roster. She's a champion. She's facing the Asuka and Charlotte at WrestleMania Backlash and Triple Threat match. Charlotte gets special treatment. Automatically gets into the match. Sonya Deville. But this woman was so tough in NXT. Challenging Shayna Baszler and Shayna Baszler. Like the only woman, she was like the only woman you could see in NXT at the time, legitimately threatening the. Oh my God! Yes. Yep, they have no chemistry. I agree there. Those two matches, the WrestleMania match and the Raw match, were not very good. The Raw match I thought was a little better until some spots did not go well. It was looking like it was doing better, and then to a certain point in the match, some spots did not look good. It was going well. And then, but yeah, I agree. They have no chemistry. You know what? They never face each other in the ring, so I give them the benefit of the doubt. Because I don't think Rhea Ripley's still young. I don't think she's a lead right now. And Asuka is a lead. I mean, in the triple threat match, we'll see how that goes. But they need to fix Rhea Ripley. I hope Charlotte Flair doesn't win the title of WrestleMania Backlash and Rhea Ripley retains. That's going to be a preview show, man. That's going to be a preview show soon. Soon. When I've been wrestling predictions, whenever that week is. A WrestleMania Backlash. But they gotta fix Rhea Ripley, make her dumb, have her beat the shit out of people. And don't have her do cringy promos like she did last night. Or how about this? Hey. I'm not either. I don't care about it. I really don't care about it. I agree with you, man. Tamina and Shayna Baszler storylines are Raw are a lot more interesting than ones at SmackDown, and that's sad. That is just sad. So, let's talk. So, if you watch SmackDown, you know Roman Reigns defeated Bryan. Bryan has to leave SmackDown. Roman Reigns gave him a concerto. Cesaro tried to save him, but Jey Uso got involved. Cesaro was tied up by the ropes when Jey Uso was holding him back, right? And that's when Roman Reigns gave Daniel Bryan the concerto, stole it from Edge. Now, Daniel Bryan's going to be away for a while. With the SmackDown stuff? But Daniel Bryan's going to be away for a while, guys. Now, his contract is almost up, but I think he's going to sign. I think he's going to go to Raw or NXT. I don't know. Most likely Raw, because there's a lot of people on Raw and there's a lot of people in NXT. It was a way to write off Daniel Bryan and further Cesaro's potential storyline with Roman Reigns. That's the idea. Where it's more of a transitional from Daniel Bryan to Cesaro in the storyline. Now, Daniel Bryan could go to Raw and NXT. There's a lot of superstars on Raw and NXT he hasn't wrestled with. Well, he's never wrestled Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Matt Riddle. I don't know. No, he has wrestled Styles. On NXT, there's a whole list of guys he hasn't wrestled. But I don't expect him to be back next week or month, maybe a couple months, and he'll wrestle on Raw or NXT. And I think he'll sign his contract with WWE. I know he says he wants to wrestle other wrestlers outside of WWE. But I don't know. I know you do. But yeah, and what else was I going to talk about? That's Daniel Bryan. So I'm going to see him back in WWE. Ideas fix the women's division. Oh, I was going to talk about. I'll talk about Rhea Ripley. Okay, ideas that fix the women's division. Here's the thing. Charlotte is fine as the gold standard, the top women's division, the big boss, the one you have to beat. Charlotte's fine in that role. Oh, I thought it was fine. They're gonna break up. I thought it was fine. He's kind of right. He's talking as a veteran. With the women's division, break up Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax. Shayna Baszler, they gotta rebrand her. I don't say rebrand her. They gotta have her not appear for a little bit. Have her come back and have her be her dominant self like in NXT was. Because I personally don't think Vince McMahon sees anything in Shayna Baszler. He doesn't see what Shayna Baszler has. But you gotta break up Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. It's the only way you can save Shayna Baszler. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, I can stay as a tag team. Lana, Naomi can stay as a tag team. Rhea Ripley, Asuka, and Charlotte stay as singles. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax become singles. I personally think I get rid of those women's tag team titles. I think it's time to get rid of them. I don't think they're doing good on the main roster as they once did. I got water too. Yeah, unless it's a very popular MMA title like Matt Riddle, Ronda Rousey, or Ken Shamrock. This is those types. Or Brock Lesnar, I guess. Someone who got buzzed. Shayna Baszler was an MMA, but Shayna Baszler never had the buzz like those guys. Even never had the buzz like Matt Riddle didn't have the buzz as those guys. But you can say Shamrock, Rousey, and Lesnar had the buzz in UFC and stuff. But Shayna Baszler was an MMA. She never had that kind of buzz. Unless you have the kind of buzz in the mainstream media or wherever. Yeah, I agree with you. Depends what level you're at in terms of popularity. Shayna Baszler never had that. Yeah, it is. I agree. But I agree there. On the SmackDown side, I don't know. SmackDown side, I think they're fine. It's just that Tamina's and Natalia can stay as a tag team. SmackDown side is fine. There's a lot of singles, women's wrestlers. It's just the storyline booking has to be better. It's really sad. But NXT women's division is fine. The NXT women's division is fine. Oh yeah, with Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering, they defeated Tessa Steele and Kiera Hogan. But the NXT women's division is fine. It's very stacked. I mean, like from Raquel Gonzalez to Dakota Kai, Toni Storm, Io Shirai, Frankie Monet, Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell. Now you got Zoe Stark, and we got Suri now. Don't forget Xia Li. Casey Kazero, Kenan Carter. Don't forget Gigi Dolin, Cora Jade. It's a very stacked division in NXT women's division. It's very stacked. I'm enjoying it a lot more. Especially, I do like the Indy Hartwell Dexter Lumis storyline, where Indy Hartwell has a crush on Dexter Lumis. I really do like that storyline. Yeah, it's very awesome. It is women's division. Oh, Mercedes Martinez too. Only got Leah and Jessica Mia. I know like they're not much, but like it's still a very good division. They got a lot of women in the division. I mean, that woman that defeated Toni Storm? last week. I forget her name with the shooting star press or something. And speaking, there's a title match on NXT tonight. The women's tag team titles, NXT women's tag team titles. Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon taking on Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. I got Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon retaining tonight. So I was just looking at some wrestling reports. So Extreme Rules. So we got an update on pay-per-view. Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules is in. It's gonna be in July. Extreme Rules is gonna happen in July. Sunday, July 18th. Extreme Rules. Okay. I know a lot of people are loving RK Bro. I just think I'm just suspicious because I think Randy Orton's playing him. I think Randy Orton's gonna turn on Matt Riddle. I don't trust Randy Orton. That's my thing on it. I think he's a snake. Randy Orton's a viper, a snake, an apex predator. He's playing Matt Riddle, and don't be shocked if I wouldn't be surprised if Randy Orton does turn on Matt Riddle. Always keep that in mind. And I'm gonna talk about the prediction for Bloods and Guts, with Pinnacle versus Inner Circle. I got Pinnacle winning that match. I think Pinnacle needs it more than the Inner Circle, so I got Pinnacle winning that match. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think Pinnacle's gonna win or Inner Circle? We know Sammy Guevara is probably gonna be the starting out for Inner Circle. And that match takes place tomorrow, guys. You know what? That'd be something no one ever sees coming because Riddle, to me seems like a natural babyface. So if Riddle turns on Orton, that's something nobody would see coming. Cause he definitely seems like a natural babyface, Riddle, to me. Just to me. I could be wrong, you know. Everybody has a right to their opinion, but to me he just looks like a natural babyface. I would love it. I like if Riddle turns on him, I would love it because it makes him look smarter than they're making portraying him. So let's talk wrestling weekly review. I mean, I talked about Raw. We got Braun Strowman is gonna be involved in that triple threat match. WrestleMania Backlash. Just called Backlash. This is from last week's Raw, but I'm going to talk about this week's Raw. Osmos, Styles retained and stuff. RK Bro is doing good. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin broke up. Remember last week Sonya Deville snuck in Charlotte and she unsuspended her and she paid her fine. And that caused a rift between Rad and Pierce. Last week, Charlotte had a match. This week, she had a match with Dana Brooke. She won. Sonya Deville comes out. Charlotte is like, I should be in this match. And Sonya Deville agrees, and Rhea Ripley comes out saying, and with a bad promo, saying, no, she doesn't deserve to be in this match. And Asuka comes out, and they had a little scuffle. A little scuffle. I don't know what's going on with some of the stuff. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this Alexa Bliss and Lily stuff. Who's she going after? Like, who's Lily going after? Who are they going after? You know what? Raw so bad, it's hard to remember the stuff. Sheamus beat up Humberto Carrillo, and all of a sudden, now Mansoor, who was undefeated, undefeated in 205 Live. Nobody knew about that because nobody watches 205 Live. It was now on Raw. Guess challenges Sheamus. Lose this to Sheamus. So he's 49-1. Oh really? I don't know what's happening. I think what's happening is Sonya Deville is going to take his place. I don't know. She's undermining everything. It's going something here. There's something here. I don't know what's going on here, but something's happening here with those two. She's kind of heel GM, and Pierce is more the face GM, right? If you think about it. That was pretty much Raw in a nutshell. Hey, was Mason T-Bar on Raw last night? I forget. I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, they were. No, they were not. Okay. Let's go NXT. Let's move from NXT. I remember Frankie Monet, Sasha Blackheart, and Ember Moon were getting interviewed. Frankie Monet comes in because Ember Moon and Sasha Blackheart flowers for them. Frankie Monet comes in, takes a card, and says, "From Dexter Loomis," and they both of them look at each other like, "Dexter, what is it? What?" They're like, "No, like high school." Yeah. That's what I thought they were on. Like high school teenage girls. And Amber's like, "Oh, I'm married." You know, Frankie Monet is introducing herself. She's backhanding compliments and stuff. And this made Indy Hartwell not happy because remember that the way entrance, she didn't post them. She just walked down the ramp, all pouting and stuff. Yeah. I like this. Raquel Gonzalez Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez won by DQ, but after the match, Raquel Gonzalez beat the living shit out of her outside the ring. So Mercedes Martinez and Raquel might be next. I think Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon lost to Aaliyah and Jessica Mia, if I'm correct. The men's side. The main event saw the Phantasma defeat Kushida and MSK. It was a good match, but they won. Kushida's a new Cruiserweight champion, by the way. It looks like Ciampa and Thatcher are going to take on Grizzled Young Veterans tonight. Finn Balor returns tonight. That's where they got it from, man. They got it from. That's where they got it from, Josh. That's where they got it from. The way. They got it from. This is the way. The way. That's where they got it from. It's the Mandalorian. Fact. Oh, we had what's her name? I forget that woman's name. Upset Tony Storm when Zoe Stark came out to distract Tony Storm. Tony Storm was about to finish her off. I don't know that wrestler's name. I have her on Twitter, but I forget what his name is. Let me look it up. Real quick. Her name. Come on, I have it somewhere. If you know her name, just put it in the comments below. Others, I'll find it. I found it. Zaida Ramir. Or Zayda Ramir, I think. Yeah, that's her name. She just doing Star Press and defeat Tony Storm. I don't know what that Zia Lee and blow up backstage thing was. I don't know what that was. Cameron Grimes. I love Cameron Grimes. Adam Cole's promo was great. As always, Adam Cole always cuts great promos or interviews, whatever. He's great. It's looking real good. NXT's real good right now. Hopefully it does good tonight. AEW. So let's start with the parlay. Inner Circle said their stuff. Of course, Pinnacle starts off parlay, so nobody attack each other. That's what a parlay is, right? It's when two opposing teams or whatever, two opposing enemies decide not agree upon not to attack each other, but agree to some arrangements. That's what a parlay is. It's very common in Pirates of the Caribbean movies. If you watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, there's a lot of mention of parlay. If you know what parlay, guys, it means two enemies. They're gonna fight each other, but parlay means not on this day, a different day. They let them know what they want, what happens. You know what a parlay is. That was great. Jericho's response to MJF was great. Who else is there? I love the lead in the back in the limo, and Michael Nakazawa kind of scared them a bit with the horn. Young Bucks retained their tag team titles in his SCU, and SCU was very intense things to say about Young Bucks as they became pricks, stuff like that. It's great. That's great. John Moxley and Kingston had Omega his leg in a chair. If they forced Callis to make a match between him and Mako Nakazawa against Kingston and Moxley for tomorrow night's NXT. Otherwise they would have snapped. NXT AEW Dynamite. Otherwise they would have snapped. His leg, break his leg. I mean, if the champion is a broken leg, he can take away the title, right? The women's match, Chris Statlander versus Penelope Ford, was a solid match. Of the Chris Statlander of the best friends now. Or I did like the Orange Cassidy versus Pentagon Jr. I can't say his new name. Was Pentagon Jr. Cassidy won. I mean, AEW does put on very good shows week by week, usually. And they have their special Guts and Gory tonight, whatever it's called. And then they have their pay-per-view at the end of the month. But the main event saw Darby Allin retain, I think, his title. What happens is Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky came with attack. Him and Sting. Sting was there. They attacked Sting. Lance Archer came out. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the show. That's Dynamite and SmackDown. I don't remember. I talked about the last match. I did talk about the last match. Roman Reigns won. Down Bryan has to leave SmackDown. We know that. The opening match was Bianca Belair and the Street Profits taking on Bayley and Dirty Dogs. That's the team of Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. One point, Bianca Belair, you know how strong she is. She's so strong she had Dolph Ziggler on her shoulders. And Bianca Belair and her team won. I think they won. We had Big E Langston trying to get back his title from Paul Cruz. It was a good match. Unfortunately, he lost. Commander Aziz got involved. Kevin Owens tried to come to save the day. Unfortunately, Sami Zayn came to save the day. Apollo and Aziz didn't have enough. Had enough of Sami Zayn. They took out Sami Zayn. So it was like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Big E, and Apollo are on the Intercontinental title picture. Tamina, that stuff. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Tamina, Natalia. So SmackDown was over a solid show. It was like not a lot of stuff up in that show because the main event was like half an hour and the opening match was like half an hour. But the thing I love about SmackDown, I always love Paul Heyman's interactions with Caleb Braxton on SmackDown in the show when he gets interviewed, and on Talking Smack. Such a great interview, Talking Smack. Because he's the co-host on Talking Smack most of the nights. I love the relationship. And yes, Aleister Black is coming back. We don't know what it is going to be, what he's going to do, but it looks like it's a more darker, twisted Aleister Black. But yeah, he's coming back. We don't know the date, but he's coming back. And that's SmackDown, guys. And that's the best thing we can review, basically. I did talk about Wall yesterday. What else? So let's talk about one last thing. And then we'll end the show. Macho Man Randy Savage documentary was on A&E this past Sunday. And let me tell you, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's 2 hours. 2 hours. And this documentary was my favorite of the Dan and Austin. This one in Austin. I think this one is my favorite. Dan and Austin. I did like the Piper one, but I think the Austin and Savage one was my favorite. But you gotta watch this one, the Macho Man Randy Savage, detailing his life from how he quit baseball because he was in the minor leagues in baseball. It's true. And how he got into wrestling. And his relationship with Miss Elizabeth. And the relationship with other wrestlers. Stuff like that. And his career outside of wrestling. He had a rap album. How he got into the Spider-Man movie. Stuff like that. It's a great, great documentary about Randy Savage, man. You gotta watch it. Yeah, man. I'm doing well, Juan. How are you? So if you guys have any time, watch the documentary of Macho Man Randy Savage. I mean, this is probably my favorite. I like the Austin second and Piper third, but this one is my favorite, man. They interviewed Lanny Poffo, Lex Luger, Hogan. They interviewed one of those guys. Like my Macho Man Randy Savage impression. Oh yeah, slapping the Slim Jim. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's where he's from, Florida, Sarasota. Yeah, you talk the relationship between him and Hogan, and we're much friends and not friends. It's a very interesting documentary. Next Sunday is Booker T. And he has a very interesting backstory to his life, too, before he got into wrestling. Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet. I'm going to watch it. And another thing on the WWE Network, you should watch that came out 2 days ago. Two Dudes with Attitude. This is based on the relationship between Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels, and how based on the time in WWE when Kevin Nash was Diesel, and how Shawn Michaels, their relationship, and how they came to be, and how their careers in WWE changed over the years. Remember, Diesel, Kevin Nash was a bodyguard for Shawn Michaels, and then Kevin Nash became world champion. You guys, so Popper became world champion. Yeah, it'll be fun. Booker T became world champion, and Shawn Michaels wasn't there yet until '96. He became world champion, but a few months after, Nash, left for WCW, right? Formed, NWO. I should actually talk about with two members of the Clique, but it's basically the relationship between Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels, how Kevin Nash became this. Remember, in WCW, he was Oz and Vinny Vegas, and Shawn Michaels is the ones who discovered him. He says, we can make something of this guy in WWE. And it's about the relationship. It was great. And you talk about each other behind the scenes, too. How, Shawn Michaels is a prick and stuff. It was tremendous. They showed some clips from when Nash beat Okay, Diesel beat Bob Backlund at the House Show Madison Square and become the tag team, not the tag team champion, the world champion in like 2 seconds. And they shows him walking back. They show him walking backstage, him being greeted and congratulated by the fellow wrestlers, agents, whoever, urging Max for becoming champion. It was a great documentary. Check it out on WWE Network or on Peacock. If you have it on Peacock, I think you'll be able to get it on Peacock or wherever network you have that lets you watch WWE Network. For me, I have WWE Network in Canada because we don't get Peacock, so we still get the network in the US. If you have Peacock, you can watch on Peacock. If you're in Europe, England, you can watch whatever network has WWE Network. Whatever cable company has it. And yes, my friend Ron here says, if you can have a chance, watch part 1 of the Brian Pillman documentary. I haven't watched it yet, but that one's on YouTube, and I believe May 6th. I think it's May 6th or 7th. Yeah, Dark Side of the Ring is coming out for season 3. Go check it out. Brian Pillman, the loose cannon, very interesting one. You know, if you don't know about Brian Pillman, you know he was a former NFL player. He was small, got into WCW, former tag team to Hollywood Blondes, Austin, went to WWE, was injured most of the time in WWE, had that feud of Austin, and you know that one segment when he was in his house and he had a gun because Austin was breaking in. They're probably going to talk about that in the documentary. They're definitely talking about that in his documentary, Dark Side of the Ring. And they interviewing his son, because his son is Brian Pillman Jr. He's in AEW with the Varsity Blondes with Griff Garrison, I think the guy's name is. So go check that out, man. And okay, so previews. I know I said earlier we did predictions previews. Sasha Blackheart, Ember Moon versus Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell for the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. I think I got them retaining, but I wouldn't be surprised if Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae take the titles. Grizzly Young Veterans versus Ciampa and Thatcher. I got Thatcher and Ciampa winning. I'm see what else NXT is. Remember that's 8 o'clock Eastern time, and wherever you are in the world, if you. And guys, here's a rumor. Here's a rumor that's breaking from Fightful. Before I let you guys go, I think this is major. Tessa Blanchard is not going to AEW. There's talk about Tessa. There's been rumors about Tessa Blanchard going to AEW. She's not going to AEW. It's been confirmed. Fightful just released something on their Patreon about that. That there's no. Ron, I'll show you a picture on Twitter, right? I'll show you a picture on Twitter who Griff Garrison is. But Tessa Blanchard is not going to AEW. They haven't even been talking with her husband, because she's married now. They haven't even been talking with them. So, no. It's not happening. It could happen in the future, but it's not currently happening. They're not even in discussions. Not even discussions. Man, it'd be a good huge get, right? And it's some huge get for them, but it's not happening. The AEW's women's division has gone much better over the months. I agree there. Britt Baker and Shida, I want to see that. Yeah, but Tessa Blanchard not going to AEW. I mean, it could happen. A month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now. It could happen. I mean, it's not happening now because they haven't been talking. Oh. See, I don't read Sammy Guevara's blog. I don't read his blog. But yeah, so. Oh yeah, by the way, Miro will be at. Miro has been announced for. Miro, Musa for Dynamite Bloods and Guts. So here's some news before I plug. Okay, so here's the lineup for Blood and Guts. I got it right here. So listen carefully. Maybe, but I think the best option is putting on Britt Baker because she's over. So here is the lineup for Blood and Guts. Mir will speak, so he's not in the match, but he will speak. He took out Kip Sabian when he turned on him. Kip Sabian is having surgery. Number 1, Britt Baker. Number 1, ranked Britt Baker will be in action. John Moxley, Eddie Kingston versus Michael Nakazawa and AEW World, Impact World, and AAA Mega Champion Kenny Omega. Yep. Cody Rhodes is taking on QT Marshall. Jurassic Express versus SCU versus Varsity Blondes, Garrison and Pillman, versus Acclaim to determine who will challenge the AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, on May 12th. So whoever wins this tag team match will challenge the Young Bucks for next week. Blood and Guts, we know. Inner Circle, Jericho, Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana Ortiz versus the Pinnacle, MJF, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, Shawn Spears, and Warlord. This is tomorrow, guys. I do like Statlander though. But yeah. So that's all the news I got for you guys. So I'm gonna end it here, guys. That's true, she was. You're right, you're right. So I'm gonna end it here, guys. So Thursday there's no show. I usually do a pop culture show Thursday, no show, but I will do a sports show on Friday, and I do some video game streams and some random videos. I might do some more random videos, but right. I might make a video and talk about the Marvel stuff, Marvel Phase 4, because I'm not doing a pop culture stream. Usually I would talk about that stuff on the pop culture stream, so I might do a video and my thoughts on Marvel Phase 4. So be a lookout for that. I'm very excited for that. I love that 3-minute clip of MCU showing that, getting back into theaters. I hope so. But Saturday I do sports. Yeah, so be on the lookout for stuff, right? So ring that bell for notifications and stuff. And before I let you, so like, comment, subscribe down below. When you're done with this video, if you're not watching it live, comment down below. And before I go, I'll leave you a lasting pic of this. No, I'm just kidding. This is what I think about you guys.
Too sweet! Sweet! Too sweet! Too sweet!
Or am I? No, I'm kidding again. Yeah, thank you for listening. So yeah, take care everybody. And like that video of the NWO. You guys are too sweet. Take care.